Assalamualaikum dear students. Hope all of you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIEVS Homeschool. I am Naima Akhtar Tisha, Assistant Teacher Science, Morning Shift of National Ideal English Version School. Today I am going to take class 6 science class based on chapter 8 and our chapter name is mixture. Let's start our class. At first, what is mixture? Mixing of more than one different substance or items is called mixture. If we mix water and soil, then there are two components. This kind of things is known as mixture. Mixture is normally two types. First one, homogeneous mixture or solution, and next one is heterogeneous mixture. Now, homogeneous mixture or solution. The mixture whose components are distributed evenly and whose components cannot be easily separated from one another are called homogeneous mixture or solution. If we mix water and salt, then we can't separate water or salt from each other. This kind of mixture is known as homogeneous mixture or solution. Now, heterogeneous mixture. The mixture whose components are not distributed evenly and whose components can be easily separated from one another are called heterogeneous mixture. The mixture of sand and water is one kind of heterogeneous mixture, because we can easily separate sand from water. Now here I have given some example of homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Let's see. Mixture of salt, glucose, fruit juice with water, these all are homogeneous mixture. And the mixture of powdered milk, soil, flour, dust of chalk, talcum powder with water, etc. are the example of heterogeneous mixture. Now, see this. We know that solution is one kind of mixture, and solution we can say it homogeneous mixture. Solution equal to solute plus solvent. That means in solution, solute and solvent will present. Now come to what is solvent. The component that dissolves the other components is called solvent. And what is solute? The components that are dissolved by the solvent are called solute. That means in case of water and sugar solution, water will be the solvent and the sugar will be the solute. There is a difference between solvent and solute. Solvent dissolves the solute and solute is dissolved by the solvent. Normally in a solution, amount of solvent is more than the amount of solute. Now comes to the different type of solution. Depending on the concentration level, we can divide solution into two types. First one is dilute solution, second one is concentrated solution. Now let's prepare a dilute and concentrated solution. We know that solution is a kind of homogeneous mixture. So at first in 2 beaker we have to take, for preparing this we have to take 100 ml water in both beaker. Then in first beaker we will take 1 spoon sugar, and in second beaker we will take 3 spoons sugar. So in second beaker, if we taste the solution, we can feel that in second beaker solution is more sweet or sweeter than the first one. That means second beaker is known as concentrated solution and the first one is dilute solution. Now dilute solution, what is? The solution which contains less amount of solute. Look here we provide 1 spoon sugar That means here the amount of solute is less. Concentrated solution, the solution which contains more amount of solute. Here we have provided 3 spoons of sugar. Here the amount of solute is more. Now come to another type of solution. One is saturated solution, another is unsaturated solution. In case of chemistry, when we do any experiment, temperature is very important for this kind of experiment, because due to temperature the capacity of any solution will increase. So at first we have to fix the temperature, and normally we use 25 degrees Celsius temperature for doing experiment, and normally we use liquid solvent, but here I have used the value of weight. I have used the unit of weight. Let's take at 25 degrees Celsius we have taken 1000 gram of water, and if in this 1000 gram of water 200 gram of solute can dissolve, and if we give here 200 gram of solute, then this kind of solution will be saturated solution. That means here in 1000 gram of solvent or water, 200 gram of solute can be dissolved, and we take 200 gram of solute here, and this is the saturated solution. And if we give here less than 200 gram of solute, then this solution will turn to unsaturated solution. That means, let's discuss the definition. In a certain temperature, here the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, if the maximum amount of solute, here it is 200 gram, that can be dissolved by a certain amount of solvent. Here we have taken 1000 gram of water is dissolved by the solvent, then the solution obtained is called saturated solution. And in case of unsaturated solution, in a certain temperature 25 degrees Celsius, in a solution, if the amount of solute dissolved is less than the maximum amount of solute, here the maximum amount of solute can be dissolved 200 gram, and we have taken, if we have taken less than 200 gram, that means 150 or 180 or 160, then solute that the solvent can dissolve, that solution is will be unsaturated solution. If we take less than 200 gram solute, then it turns to unsaturated solution. In a saturated solution, in this case we have taken 1000 gram of solvent. In a saturated solution, if here we have taken 100 gram of solvent, then which amount of solute will dissolve, which amount of maximum solute will dissolve here will be the solubility of that solvent, of that solution. That means from this we can find the definition of solubility. Look here, the amount of solute required to make a saturated solution at a particular temperature by any solvent of 100 gram. That means in case of solubility, here the condition will is that the solvent will be 100 gram. That means everything will be same like saturated solution, but the amount of solvent is fixed, is called the solubility of that solute in that solvent. Here it is the main data. The solubility of sugar at 25 degree is 211.4 gram. That means in 100 gram water can dissolve maximum 211.4 gram sugar at this temperature, and this amount of sugar is called the solubility in that solution. We have discussed normally we see the solution between liquid solid, but there is also liquid solution, liquid solution, liquid gas solution. Let's see, water and lemon juice is the example of liquid solution, and in case of soft drink is the example of liquid gas solution. In case of soft drink, carbon dioxide is dissolved by the solvent in soft drink. Now comes to universal solvent. Universal solvent, it is such a solvent which is able to dissolve all kind of substance. That means in this solvent maximum amount of solute will be dissolved. Water is only the universal solvent found so far. In water, maximum inorganic substance except calcium carbonate and silica will be dissolved, and maximum organic substance like spirit, acetic acid will also dissolve in water. It can also dissolve gaseous substance. Now come to how we can separate different components of, how we can separate homogeneous components from homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Water and salt is a kind of homogeneous mixture, and if we use vaporization, then water will be evaporated and the salt remain in the beaker. By this process, that means by vaporization, we can separate components from homogeneous mixture. In case of heterogeneous mixture, here water and sand is a kind of heterogeneous mixture. For this, we have to use filtration process. Filtration, for filtration, we have to use a filter paper. Is one kind of paper which is used in lab for filtering anything. If we pass this water sand solution through filter paper, then the sand remain in the filter paper and water pass through the paper and it's stored in the beaker. By this process, we can separate components from heterogeneous mixture. Now come to suspension. Suspension is a kind of mixture from which the components can be partially separated. Here I have drawn a suspension. If water and soil mixture is a kind of suspension. When we mix them and keep it for certain time, the large particle will settle down here and the floating particle and the small particle remain floating here, and this portion will not be clean. So this kind of mixture is known as suspension. For in case of suspension, the size of floating particle will be more than 1 micrometer. Medicine is liquid medicine is one kind of suspension. That's why before taking medicine, liquid medicine, we have to shake it. Now come to colloid. What is colloid? That type of mixture where very small particles of a substance remains in floating or suspended condition in the middle of the particles of another substance, and even if it is kept at rest, it will never gather as sediment. That is called colloid. In case of suspension, if we keep it for certain time, sedimentation occur, but in case of colloid, no sedimentation will occur. Milk is one kind of colloid. The fat molecule floating in the liquid portion or in the solvent, and it will not sedimented if we keep milk for certain time. Here in case of colloid, the size of floating particle will be 1 to 1000 nanometer. There are two kind of particle present in colloid. The which will be more in amount is called continuous phases, and which will be less in amount will called dispersed phases. We have finished our class today. Let's revise what we have learned. At first we have learned about mixture, different kind of mixture. Then we have learned about solvent, solute and their differences. Then we have learned about solution. Depending on the concentration level, there are two kind of solution, and we have prepared here two kind of solution, dilute and concentrated. Then we have learned here about the saturated and unsaturated solution, and from saturated solution we prepared the definition of solubility. Then we have learned about liquid solution, liquid gas solution. Then we have learned about universal solvent. Then we have separated the different components of homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. Then we learn about suspension and colloid. Dear students, hope you have understood today's topic. Keep practicing at home, stay at home and stay safe. Thank you.